planning a visit to Disneyland Paris, you want to fit in as much as you possibly can into your trip, particularly if you're only visiting for a short period of time. So today I'm going to give you some top tips on how to save time whilst at Disneyland Paris, so you can just focus on the important things like going on all the rides, meeting your favourite Disney characters and buying those all important souvenirs. My name is Sophie from Most Magical Guides, and I make videos all about how to plan your ultimate trips to Disney World and Disneyland Paris, and also do vlogs of my own trips. So if this is the type of content you enjoy, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below. One of the first things that you can do to help save time is when you actually arrive. If you are going to Disneyland Paris and you are going to be at the train station because you've either caught the Eurostar or got a train from the airport, then you can use the Luggage Express. This service costs about £16, and what happens is you go to a booth at the train station, you leave your luggage there, they give you your documents including the all-important park tickets, and then you can go straight into the park and they will take your bags to your Disney hotel for you. If you are staying at a Disneyland Paris hotel, this is such an excellent service if you arrive by train because you save so much time. You can then head straight into the parks and you don't have to check in until the end of the day when you're already going to go back to the hotel anyway. I've previously used this service when I came on the Eurostar, and between dropping my bags off and being in the park took 15 minutes. So you save so much time and it's absolutely worth doing. And the great thing is this luggage service also includes your return journey. So on the day of your departure, you leave your bags at your hotel and they will take them to the train station for you, and you just collect them in advance of your train time. Once again, this saves you lots of time because you're not having to leave the parks, go back to the hotel, collect your luggage and then go back to the train station. You can spend more time in Disney, which is what we all want really, isn't it? Another way to save time is to be prepared for security. To enter Disneyland Paris, you will have to go through bag check. Your bags will actually go through a scanner and you will walk through a metal detector like you get at the airport. If you have anything in your pockets, these can set the detector off. So all you need to do is take them out and there is a tray where you can put your items, you walk through and then pick them up. And this will save you having to be searched and save you a bit more time. My personal favourite perk to staying at a Disneyland Paris hotel is extra magic hours. This is a service that is free to hotel guests and you get to enter the parks 1 hour early each day. This is excellent because it means there are far fewer people, therefore the queue times are much shorter. This helps you get on the really popular rides with very short queue times, which is excellent and makes you fit so much more into your day. If you are staying at a Disneyland Paris hotel, yes, you will have to get up early, but I promise you it's absolutely worth it. I've managed to go on Big Thunder Mountain multiple times in this hour. It's just a walk on. Rides such as Peter Pan, which is often over an hour long, can be around 15 minutes. So my suggestion is to go on all those big rides in that first hour, and then you will have the rides left over for the rest of the day that don't get as big a queue. I have done a video all about extra magic hours and how to get the most out of it, so I'll put that in a link up here and in the description down below. If you are visiting during a busy time of year and the queue wait times are quite long, particularly for those rides you cannot miss out on, then you can always purchase Premier Access passes. Buying a Premier Access pass will help you save time because you'll be able to enter a much shorter queue. When I went in May, it was a very, very long wait for Big Thunder Mountain. It's my favourite ride. I couldn't leave without going on it. So I purchased a Premier Access pass. I selected a time slot that I wanted to go and ride it on. And when I turned up, I simply scanned my QR code and I ended up going on the next ride. There was no queue whatsoever. So it was super amazing and a really great way to save time. Purchasing Premier Access passes are really good if there's only a few rides that you want to skip the queue on, just the ones you absolutely cannot miss out on. The cost for Premier Access passes cost between €5 and €13 per person per ride, and the prices do fluctuate depending on the time of the year you visit. If you are only visiting Disneyland Paris for 1 or 2 days and you want the full Disney experience and you're visiting during a busy time of year, then you might want to consider purchasing Premier Access Ultimate. This pass allows you to go on 12 rides once each, and you can skip the queue by joining the much shorter Premier Access queue. Unlike just the normal Premier Access passes, you actually get all 12 rides included in the price. You don't have to pay individually. So if you want to go on some of the most popular rides at Disneyland Paris and you were only there for a short period of time, this can be a very good option. There are 12 rides and they're split across both parks, so do make sure that you have park hopper tickets because you will need them to be able to access all of the rides included in Premier Access Ultimate. The Premier Access Ultimate pass costs between 90 and 140 euro per person per day. The price again fluctuates depending on the time of year you are visiting. If you're visiting a very busy time of year, then it can be a super handy way to fit in as many rides as possible. Another way to save time at Disneyland Paris is to dine in the quick service restaurants. These are like fast food restaurants where you place an order at a counter, collect the food yourself and then seat yourself. This is the quickest way to dine at Disneyland Paris, as table service restaurants can take between an hour or 2 hours to get through your meal. There are lots of different quick service restaurants at Disneyland Paris serving a range of different cuisines. There is something for everyone. I've been doing reviews of the food that I've eaten at Disneyland Paris, so I'll also link that down below. If you want to save even more time, then you can mobile order. A select number of quick service restaurants allow you to use the Disneyland Paris app to pre-order your food. This saves you waiting in queues, which is perfect because we're all about saving the time here. It is super simple to do. You just follow the steps to mobile order on the Disneyland Paris app. You choose which restaurant, what food you would like and the time slot you would like to collect your food, and then they have your order in advance. When it gets to that time slot, you simply go on the app to let them know you are there and they will make your food fresh for you. This is a great way to save time because during peak dining hours, you can still wait a long time at quick service restaurants. I've waited 45 minutes before at Fuente del Oro to get a burrito at lunchtime, so it's definitely worth trying out mobile ordering if you're wanting to save some time. Another tip when it comes to dining is to avoid eating at peak times. If you don't mind eating a little bit early or a little bit late, this way you will have much shorter queues and it will just be much quicker to dine than it is at eating at peak hours. Another dining tip to save time is to try a character dining meal if you're wanting to meet the Disney characters. Sometimes you can wait an hour and a half, 2 hours to meet characters. If you go to a character dining meal, the characters come round to your table and meet you whilst you are eating. This is a really great way of having a really nice meal, but also getting to meet your favourite characters at the same time. When I visited in May, I went to Auberge de Cendrillon, which is the Disney Princess character dining meal. Now at that time it was around an hour and a half wait in the Princess Pavilion to go and meet princesses, but I managed to meet 4 Disney princesses during my meal. This was the absolute highlight of my trip. It was amazing. I had really fun and memorable interactions with them. I got some great photos and the food was incredible. You can also go to Plaza Gardens and there are lots of different Disney characters you can meet there that change regularly, including people like Mickey Mouse. Again, this is a really fantastic way to meet some of these big famous characters without having to queue for a very long time. Disneyland Paris has a range of amazing shows that are not to be missed, and often you will get the advice to turn up around an hour in advance so you can guarantee a seat. Now this is good advice because the shows do often sell out, but if you're only visiting for a short period of time or you want to save time during your trip, then standing on the spot for an hour is not a good use of your time. What I would say is just try your luck. I've been very lucky before that we turned up to Rhythm of the Pride Lands, which is probably the most popular show at Disneyland Paris. It is a Lion King show, it is incredible, and we turned up 15 minutes before the show started and we managed to get in. Now what I would say is if you are absolutely desperate to see them, I would suggest buying Premier Access passes for them. So for Rhythm of the Pride Lands and Mickey and the Magician, you can pre-order tickets so you have guaranteed seats. This means you don't have to wait so long in the queue. They do recommend you turn up half an hour in advance, but really if you turned up 5 or 10 minutes in advance, you'd be absolutely fine. The other great benefit with Premier Access is you get your pick of any of the seats, so you can choose the view that you like the most. If you do just want to chance it and turn up, of course there's always a risk that you might not get in, but you also may get in, and just be aware that the seats may be on the end of an aisle or something like that, but whenever I've gone I've always had a great view. So if you're wanting to save time, then this is definitely a top tip. And finally, use the Disneyland Paris app to see the ride wait times. It can be super easy just to wander around the park, and then if there's a long wait you move on to another ride, then you check that time, but this does mean a lot of walking around and kind of dead time that you could be doing things. The The Disneyland Paris app has all of the ride wait times on it, so you can see which rides are currently busy and which rides have a shorter queue time, and this can help you maximise your time in the park because you're not just wandering around aimlessly. I use all these tips myself because I am like, I want to fit everything in, I want to do everything, I want to see everything, and I've been really lucky to fit so much into my trips. So I hope these tips will help you out. If you have an upcoming trip to Disneyland Paris, let me know in the comments below what you're most excited to experience. I absolutely love just being in the atmosphere, getting on Big Thunder Mountain, taking some nice photos, and then going to see a show. It's just like the best day ever. You escape all of the worries in the world. There's nowhere better than Disney. I absolutely love being there. Thank you so much for watching this video, and until next time, I hope you have a most magical day. Bye bye.